Hey you guys, Linwood here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to tie the Saturn knot, which is a lovely knot that is nice and simple looking. It's not going to attract too much attention, but it will still catch people's eye. I love it for all sorts of events, and I feel like it's excellent for all sorts of things. I've worn this one to interviews and everything, and it's always gone off without a hitch. Let's dive right in. I've already got my tie over the collar, and that collar is flipped up. Now, just so you know, I'm going to flip this video for your viewing pleasure. So that means that my right is also on your right and my left is also on your left. So as you're watching, it'll be like tying the tie in a mirror if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, I apologize. I don't have a left-handed version. I don't know if I should start doing like left and right-handed versions or if it would even get a ton of views. So let me know down below if you think I should do that. At any rate, so we're going to go ahead and begin. And I'm going to have my tie sitting just above the belt line because I'm not going to be doing a ton of adjusting afterwards. So I'm going to begin by placing my finger in the middle of the tie. Now I'm touching my collarbone right now just in case anyone needed the reference. I'm going to go ahead and take my middle finger and my thumb, place it on the outside to the tie, and we're just going to go ahead and pinch in. That'll create this divot in the middle, which is what helps out with creating the power crease. So from there, slide your index finger out and you'll notice that crease stays in there. Now this crease is what takes a tie from nice to stellar. What we're going to do is go ahead and pull that baby to the center, right to where that middle button is. I'm going to go ahead and wrap around the back of the tie like so. And then we'll pull up and through the center from the back. All right, so we took it over, around behind the back, and up and through the center from the back. From there, we're gonna go ahead and pull over to the left-hand side, and I'm going to wrap around the back like this here. Once you've done this step, you're gonna come over here to the right-hand side, and we're going to just bring it up and through the middle from the front. So far, this is what you should have, and your tail should be on the left-hand side. All right, now I'm going to take the tail, which is a thin end, and wrap it around the front like so. And right now it's beginning to look kind of like a standard tie knot, right? Well, there's going to be a slight variation here in a minute, obviously, because this is not a standard knot. From there, we're going to go ahead and pull it around the back, up and through the center. So now I have a pretty substantial size here, nice and full. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and just give it a slight poke before you wrap around. So you guys can see, instead of me just wrapping it around like this here, I'm going to give it a very slight poke. So we're just going to take it, turn it at an ever so slight angle, and just lightly poke there. You guys see that? Super simple technique. I don't know what I was thinking when I first filmed this, and I was like, do this, do that. Anyway, so I am taking it around the back and over to the right side, and we're going to bring it up and through the center again. Now, this is where stuff tends to get tricky, because before I was tying this to where you wrapped it around here, and honestly, if this next step is difficult for you, you could still do that. But the downside of tucking under the collar here is that you can end up having it pop out later and it shows, it just doesn't look as good. So I'm preferring now to be able to have it somehow behind the tie. So what I like to do is take my finger, let me see if I can do it from this side so you can see better. Take my finger through just like that, and I'm going to go ahead and slide underneath both of these layers. So I don't just want to slide under my loop here, I want to slide through the actual portion of the knot, and my finger should come out of the top right there. See it? From there, I'm going to go ahead and insert the tip of the tail right through that space that we just created. Now your tie is probably going to look a little wonky throughout this process, but don't worry, it should stay in its same general shape. See that? So from there, I can go ahead and work this baby right on around. And then we can just grab the tail from the back to add a little bit more snugness. Now the thing that I like about the Saturn knot versus like even a Cape knot or anything like that is the smoothness that it puts here. It really gives a certain dimension to the knot that you would not typically get, and it just makes it very visually appealing to have this ring around the knot like so. From there you're going to go ahead and pull that collar on down. And you guys can see that I don't have to do a ton of adjusting, but if you do have to adjust, just grab the bottom of your knot, grab the blade of the tie, which is a large portion, and just push the knot up some. From there, you can just give a slight pinch around the base of the knot here and fan that blade out a little bit, and it'll hide the tail right behind so you don't have the look of a cape behind there. By the way, if you notice your knot was sitting rather low, try looking forward into the mirror instead of looking down while you tie the tie. Looking down, make sure you have to put it down to where you can see it under the chin, and then when you go to adjust, your tie ends up way too short, which you guys can see. My tie sits right at my belt line. So I will say, if you are a taller gentleman, you may find that for the specialty knots, you need something that is going to be a bit longer. If that is the instance, check out thecorbincollection.com. I'll have links to their website in the description box below. It's not a sponsored video. I just think they're a great company. And of course, if you haven't seen some of my other videos, be sure to check them out right over here. If you would like to subscribe, you can do so right here. Until next time, you guys, take care. God bless. You're fancy now. Bye.